Blacklist though, they do decide to pick up the Enigma, pretty safe position 3 to go with. Obviously Rubik's already banned, so there can't be the potential of Talon, snatching away that black hole anytime soon. So that will be their position 3. In which case, I assume then Talon would want to put Lina as their carry. Purely because, you've got the Dragon Slave to help deal with the Eidolons, try and pick them off and, balance out the lane a little bit. Where a Monkey King might struggle a bit against all the Eidolons' attacks mounting up on top of him. And, yeah, he could potentially get bullied out. Unless they do pick a very strong position 5 to pair with it. But, yeah, I think so far, I'm liking the Lina to be their one. Blacklist already down to 10 seconds of reserve time, though. So really considering what it is it's going to be they're going to go for. And it is the Tiny. Alright, so it seems like they've got the Ember. It's pretty much guaranteed to be a position 4 Tiny. Which means carry the Mirana will be the 5. Yeah. But they could potentially put the Tiny as their 5. And then if you pair that up with like a decent ranged damage dealer sort of position 1, then potentially they could get aggressive themselves. Yeah, it's not super clear at the moment, so maybe Blacklist are keeping that as just a little bit of flexibility, not wanting to show their hand too quickly. But still, we'll see what Talon are going to pick up for their 4th hero right now. I would assume it would be their position 5/4 support, and then leave their offlaner for the final pick of the game to help shut down the enemy's safe lane. And, so far, maybe they might want someone to, have a bit of crowd control to keep people inside the Wukong's command and, allow the Monkey King to start racking up a lot of damage. So, could potentially see something like a Magnus, perhaps. Even a Mars could be pretty decent. So far, they do have decent cancels to the Enigma Black Hole, LSA, they'll have the Sleeper Dart, they've got the Wukong's Command, all range disables to help cancel out the ultimate, but no BKB piercing ones as of yet. So they might go for a Beastmaster, actually, something like that to counter it, but okay, no, instead they decided to go for the Silencer. Like I was saying, it most likely would be their support, and that is a support that can immediately counter out this hero for sure. So we're going to be seeing, maybe not a rushed Lincoln Sphere from the Enigma, but it has to be an item he's going to prioritize. Like, you cannot play Enigma against a Silencer and not pick this item. You're just griefing your team. You really are. But okay, I definitely like it. It's a good pickup to go in hand. With the Lina, I still think it's going to be Lina safe lane, right? I could be wrong about that, but it makes most sense in my mind. I like that as well. Blacklist take away the Viper, because they were thinking about, yeah, Spectre's pretty good at this game. Get on top of the Lina, get on top of the Silencer, but yeah, Talon get the read, they immediately take it out. Very nicely done. And yeah, these final bans of picks are going to be a little bit rushed, considering how both of these two teams have consumed a large portion of their reserve time. So yeah, not going to be a lot of dithering going on. They actually decided to remove the Timbersaw. Okay. Yeah, I still think that Talon does need some sort of area control or, another disable for the Enigma potentially to go through the BKB. Because, yeah, if he gets the Lincolns, then the Silencer ult isn't going to be enough to stop him. So maybe they would need that second way to stop him mid Black Hole, which, again, I would assume would be the Beastmaster. And already the Beastmaster's lane's not looking too bad either. But again, they will have the final picks. They can see what the carry is going to be coming out here from Blacklist. And they can pick around it. Got 20 seconds. Not even going to need to touch the reserve time. And they go for the carry Marcy. Alright, unless this is like some old meta and it's actually carry Tiny. And they could be mixing it up, bringing back some of the old cheese. Could be cool to see, but no, it is very likely to be that carry Marcy, which is quite fun, It's one of those heroes that can stand against the Monkey King inside his own Wukong's command, because with the Unleash activated and Sidekick, Marcy can probably lifesteal through all the damage in the Wukongs. So I like to see it. Yeah, Talon, they do just go for the Beastmaster, get that extra disable. The Beastmaster's not only good versus the Enigma, right? It locks down all the movements from the Ember Spirit. It's a good grab for the Marcy as well. It definitely makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, we'll see how it ends up performing. But it's like I was actually saying to Atomo yesterday. We've not seen a successful Beastmaster this entire tournament. Sure, we've seen Beastmaster win a couple of times, but they've never had a good lane. They've always been sacrificed. They can't really get much done. But, you never know. They could prove something a little bit different here, Talon, in this first game of the best of 3. We shall see. Yeah, another thing I want to note is that there's not really any great follow-up to the Ricky Sleeper Dart. Well, I mean, I say that, and, you know, it allows the Mikoto to get the Wukong's command down a little bit earlier, and, you know, set up for the 23 LSA to come in as well, just to further the lockdown. So, you know, I still think this Ricky pick is going to be pretty damn annoying for Blacklist to deal with. Definitely is. I mean, unless Tim's is going to be in the right position again and again to, like, toss the teammates away as soon as they get hit by the sleeping dart, but that's very unreliable, and, yeah, we'll probably see quite a few people get picked off from that. I think it was the series yesterday where we saw the Ricky not actually able to accomplish too much, but that was mainly due to the fact that the other team had a life stealer plus multiple BKBs, and, yeah, the sleeping dart couldn't really get that much work done. But, yeah, this time, it should be pretty good. It should be pretty good. But who am I actually favouring looking at these two lineups? I feel like Talon have definitely addressed Q's Enigma, for sure. Like, multiple ways of disabling it, getting rid of it. Like, 2 BKB piercing disables, and the other 3 heroes just have normal disables, so anyone can put a stop to this ability anytime. So it's going to be one of those games where the threat of the black hole is worse than the actual black hole itself, it feels. So, yeah, we'll see how Talon are going to play around that. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go for Talon this game, because they're just addressing a lot of the issues that they need to in this game, and we'll see if I'm going to be right or if I'm going to be wrong. Normally, Otomo is here to say, nah, you are completely wrong. But we shall see. We shall see. But we are now in game number 1 underway, and we're starting off with both teams going for an immediate smoke, but it's going to be just to get down those early wards and you know, get a bit of information online. No one really goes for first blood ganks anymore as like a 5-bad squad. I used to love seeing that. It used to be so prevalent in, I guess, like 1 patch ago, maybe 2. But yeah, everyone always used to go for the first bloods. But teams definitely playing a lot safer nowadays. And okay, Blacklist, they put the high ground wards with a low ground ward as well in the mid, so they've got decent detection in this general area. Ooh, Q. I think AU just spotted him out right now, and he sees the fact they placed this high ground ward. It's going to get immediately countered. Very, very unfortunate there for the Ricky, but they're still going to try and cut him off right now. Tims is here. He's holding his skill point. It's going to be the toss, chucking it back into the arms of Raven. Oh, what a perfectly placed arrow. And first blood going to be picked up here for sure. Unless Q actually makes some decent moves. Do they have any other disables? And they don't need it. One slighted fist there from Carl puts him in the dirt. And that is first blood picked up for the mid-Ember Spirit. A fantastic start there for Blacklist Rivalry. And they're going to be able to secure both of these bounties, but at the same time, Talon will take the top 2, so no lead gathered that way. But regardless, it's good space.
Radiant versus Dire.
Yeah, just want to clarify as well that it was the Monkey King that they decided to chuck mid going up first to December Spirit, which, yeah, I feel like Mikoto should have a pretty decent time. Obviously, that first blood there on Carl is going to help him 100%. What's he actually bought straight away? He got right up brown boots. You know, just wants a bit of extra movement speed to potentially beat Mikoto to the water runes and whatnot. Kind of surprised though he didn't just save up to go straight for the bottle. You know, just really wanted to get the movement speed. I guess it helps him get out of range of the auto attacks there, Mikoto, to make sure the Jingu stacks don't come up online. Makes sense if you look at it in that regard. Which, yeah, I'm sure that is the reasoning behind it. Doesn't really make much sense otherwise. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see a first blood in this lane, or well, just a solo kill in general. Just going to be those two slowly trade and farm. Anyway, down at the bot, Raven again might struggle a little bit versus Jabs once he gets those balls online. It's going to be down to AU whether if he can land those arrows on towards the creeps again and again, and yeah, just make a bit of extra space for the Marcy to keep the farm going. There's not too much that Q can really do either. You know, he's just going to be trying to get pulls off. Make some stacks here and there, but really, it's going to be difficult to try and like out-harass the Mirana. And he does get the pull-off, but immediately AU just kills the large creep, so this isn't really going to do too much this pull. I mean, actually, with all the skeletons, the damage that they ramp up, it's doing some decent damage to the creep wave, but regardless, they will come in, and then that's going to force a larger wave to be pushing underneath the tower. So we might see Marcy going to be able to secure some extra CS momentarily. Meanwhile, this top, how's this going? 23, top of CS right now. Meanwhile, Boss Q 4 and 3 on the Enigma. Which, you know, isn't too bad. Once he gets the level 2 points into demonic conversion, those Eidolon's damage will start racking up quite a bit, and it'll allow him to secure more last hits and denies. And so yeah, Tims takes quite a beating there in response. BluScale trying to make some space, but instead gets whacked himself. A lot of damage can come out from this safe lane of Talon, and the Enigma and Tiny definitely have to be careful they don't get caught out of position, because yeah, they can just die very, very quickly if they do. Well, mind you, the same can be said, you know, for Ollie. If Tims manages to get a good like toss avalanche into the arms of BluScale with all the Eidolons, could definitely see the silencer dropping as well. So this is probably the most likely lane, I would say, that we get a kill happening. But I've been wrong many times before in the past, so we shall see. We shall see. Already, actually, Makoto pulling ahead in this mid lane. 11 and 6 to the 7 and 4 there of Carl. Having to use the Searing Change just to disengage. Now, unfortunately, Carl doesn't actually have his bottle yet, so this War Rune, sure, will give him a little bit of health, but it's not going to make that much difference. Makoto, Boundless, does land, but okay, I'm kind of surprised he didn't try to chase for more. Carl's actually the one running after him. But actually, no, never mind. Makoto was missing out on some CS under the tower, so he had to run back for that. And I say that I'm most likely to see the kill at the top, but it actually happens at the bot lane. Even Q now taking a heck of a beating. AU's on the case, yeah, just finds the kill. 2 pickoffs there for Blacklist in their safe lane. And I told you guys, I've been wrong in the past, and I was wrong this time as well. It just shows, you can't trust what I say. You can't trust me at all. Yeah, very, very nice start. I mean, Raven with the kill, 2 assists, and top of CS. This is going fantastic right now. I mean, Japs isn't even lagging behind by that much, to be honest. 15 and 1. It's a pretty decent position to be in. But I think it's just down to, yeah, AU's been able to snipe away those balls again and again with the arrow. And just, yeah, it gives more space for Raven to work with and keep doing what he wants to do. But going with this leveling, though, 2 points into Starstorm, he has got no leap charges, so he's definitely going to have to be, you know, he could be caught out. I don't mind, he just takes it now. He just picked it up. I need to stop talking.
Death's bounty.
Yeah, this mid lane is just not getting better for Carl. Still 9 and 4 right now. He's lagging behind massively. He's going to need some rotations from the side lane supports, but I mean they definitely can make some work happen. Searing Chain set up into the arrow from the Miranda could be good. Even just the Tiny rotating in, tossing the Monkey King deeper by the tower. The possibility of going for those kills is there, but as soon as those supports leave, you just know that the cores on the you know, the corresponding sides will start getting ran at. Talking about getting ran at, up at the top lane, Ollie, it's a real danger. BluScale, it looked like he was running up. He wanted to leave the kill for Tims, but he's like, oh wait, no, I'm the core. I'm taking those kills.
What have we here?
And how much does this difference in CS in the mid actually relate to net worth? It's about 400 golds, which, yeah, you know, at 5 minutes in, that is a fair chunk. You know, that's nearly a whole Wraith Band or Bracer or something like that. And those sort of small items early game can definitely make the difference.
What did you learn?
Makoto's going to be able to get his phase boots online at a pretty decent time. We'll see if he's also going to, you know, upgrade the Orb of Venom into a Orb of Corrosion or not. He hasn't got it queued up yet, but it's still going to be a pretty worthwhile item to pick up. Okay, someone's picking out in the mid. I couldn't really tell which colour that was. You know, from like going off the minimap, that looks relatively similar, but all the supports actually rotated in for the 6-minute rune. AU, though, gets there first, manages to snatch away the haste. Arrow! Oh, what an absolute monster connection from AU! Jumps in to secure the kill. What an absolute madman. That was perfect. You know, normally you like to leave the kill for your mid laner, but he's like, you know what? No. I landed that arrow. That was all me. I am taking the kill, and that is absolutely massive. And that's exactly what Carl needed. Sure, he doesn't get the money for it, but it's space for him to, you know, get a bit of extra CS. But actually, never mind. The space doesn't mean too much. Just the presence of Q is able to force him away. So he has to run all the way back to base. And yeah, he's not, unfortunately, going to get too much out of this. But as I'm looking away, down the bot lane, Jabs just died. Raven in some danger himself with the tricks of the trade. They will actually bring him down in response. But at the same time, at the top, Ollie also ends up dropping down there to Tims and BluScale. So we clearly, in terms of kills, Blacklist are, you know, definitely dominating in that respect, but it's still just a less than 1k gold advantage at this stage. Not really sizable whatsoever. You know, just a slight lead in the win probability as well. But, you know, it's on those that you start getting kills at around the 10-minute mark. That's when, you know, the net worth lead really starts to make a difference, and people, yeah, build up a sizable lead and, you know, potentially can start running away with the game. But at the moment, it does still feel relatively even. But the one shot I like for Talon, I think the reason why this net worth isn't that bad is just how much Carl's been shut down. 20 and 6 at 7.5 minutes in versus the 40 and 18 on Mikoto. An absolute disgusting amount of denies. He's only a quarter level off his 7. Meanwhile, Carl, he's actually pretty close to his own 7, but there is a few more creeps left to go for Mikoto. So, actually relatively even in terms of the actual experience with our Carl. You know, Ollie shows his face, but an immediate jump away with the Fire Remnants brings Carl to safety, even able to secure the Arcane Rune. Maybe they're thinking about trying to play aggressive right now. Tim's is there with the invis, land the arrow, toss immediately up, and Mikoto just gets picked off again. Oh my lord, I was saying that the supports need to rotate in here for Rivalry, and they are doing it to perfection. 2 attempts, 2 kills. And yeah, they're definitely doing a fantastic job at hindering Mikoto's game. Like, this guy probably would have been equal in CS of the, you know, top of 23 there, but he's just been slowed down so much. It's fantastic work. Maybe we're going to find a little stack here, but there is a few members of Talon coming on in to try and defend it. Meanwhile, Carl just tried to get a solo kill onto Ollie by the tier 1. He does manage to find it, but 23 makes a rotation. The control is there. Tims and Carl both drop in, and it looks like AU also going to be the 3rd casualty here. Absolute fantastic response coming out from Talon, you know, really punish Blacklist for trying to steal away those stacks, and I mean, sure, they get the kill onto the Silencer, but losing 3 in response is just definitely not worth it. 1,000 gold swing just from that. You know, normally there is a Tomo to break up the silence when I'm having a little sip of my water, but unfortunately, it's just me. I feel so alone. Well, like, back in the day, I used to always do solo casts. Like, it was just my bread and butter, doing it for all the various leagues and whatnot. But I've been spoiled. I've been casted with a Tomo and even Kips, and I've fallen into the lifestyle of having that extra person to help me out. It feels very alien going backwards. It's like I'm time traveling, but not the good kind of time travel. 2-1 tower top, taking some decent damage, but 23's taking more damage than the tower is. LSA unfortunately doesn't collect onto a single person, and he is just dead. Does turn around with the LSA to do some damage before he dies, but die he does do. And with Carl getting their money, going to help bump up the Ember Spirits game for sure, but 10 minutes. Regen Rune is the rune pick up there for Mikoto. Head down towards the bot as they have found Raven hiding in the trees. He's just trapped, going to get wrought, and that is a very nice kill to get picked up there from Talon. Mikoto unfortunately did get the involvement for the kill, but with his presence they should be able to bring down the tier 1 tower at the very least. And yeah, start close out the map a little bit. Meanwhile, Coot going to be able to take down the tower as well. I think he was chasing after Ollie behind the in the trees, but he does TP out. So we're just going to see a trade of safe lane towers. We're in close proximity to each other. We're in the mid. Carl is doing some damage to the tier 1 here. But with 23 showing up, going to push them away. Ooh, AU. Wrapping around the side. Arrows set up. Oh, fantastic position there from Q to tank the arrow. Now they might be able to turn this around. LSA connects onto the both of them. AU's in some real danger. Mikoto getting involved. Who's going to be the target? They want to go for Cole, but with those remnants, he's just too damn difficult to get. He's still going to carry on poking at 23. He's like, okay, if you ignore me, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to. And eventually we'll zip out. But still, they do lose the Marana. They do a little bit of damage to the tier 1. But again, it forces some rotations there from Talon, so it's not the worst outcome in the world there from Blacklist. Very, very close, though, to the Lina drop-in. That could have been really, really bad. Carl just getting the old bottle refill. So, I wonder if they'll ever bring back the days of bottle crowing. You know, just couriers just endlessly running back from mids to the base, just filling up bottles. I mean, it wasn't so bad back in the day where there was literally one courier. Because, like, sure you could do that, but you screwed over the rest of the team being able to get items. But now you have your own personal one, it doesn't have that much impact on you. It probably would be overpowered. Unfortunately with Bosku though, Wukong's plus Smoke Cloud, yeah, there is absolutely no chance to survive with that one. Easy pickets there from Makoto, and Killing Spree now picked up for the Monkey King, which is pretty nice, considering the fact that he died like twice in a row in the mid lane, just getting relentlessly ganked. But you know, he's doing a good job recovering. As a result, second in terms of net worth, just slightly behind his carry there of 23. And to be honest, all the cores are relatively close to each other. Just 700 gold separating the richest and the poorest of all the cores, which for 12.5 minutes in, that is actually pretty good. Meanwhile at the bot, Global Silence is used to give a bit of space there for jabs. He's trying to get on top of anyone he can. Will get the raw connection onto AU, but even still, Raven jumps in aggressive himself onto Raven. Nice Seared Chains, gets the grab on 23 to win. They've extended, but what a boundless strike from Mikoto! Just claps all three of them. Carl, not a hope in hells of getting away from that one. What an absolute monster turnout there from Talon and Tims. It looks like he's dead as well. You just can't escape away from the Monkey King. There's not even any neutral creeps to really deny himself to. I mean, Bosco is there. Mechanism's providing a little bit of extra space, but the dot damage from Ollie puts him in the ground. And another 4 kills there from Talon, which is pretty good considering how this game started out. I think it was like 8-1 or something from Blacklist. So lots of momentum being built up here from Talon, just finding successful fight after successful fight. And they might be able to just, yeah, start spiraling out control soon. And Blacklist, they've got to start trying something new. Or at least just start grouping up and trying to find some work happen. Raven's now moved himself up to the top lane, trying to find what farm he can. I mean, he's top of his team, but still 1,200 gold behind his counterpart carry. Yeah, he's going for the pretty standard cookie cutter Marcy builds, you know, support, carry, whatever the hell. It's going to be BKB into the Basher. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to take away these Ancients. Oh, Bosku actually takes the big one there. If that was my pub games, right, I'd be getting pinged and everything for that. 100%. Probably reported.
A tool to teach.
Not the reports in that situation really do anything at all.
There is little hope for Dire's middle tower.
So Blacklist applying some decent damage here to the tier 1. Carl just going to tank the tower hits to try and bring it down. There's a few members of Talon in the general area. Ooh. I thought maybe they might be able to get a deny there from Molly, but didn't want to go for it. And, you know, pretty safe pick off there. Even though go for an immediate smoke, but Q is in. Gets hit from the smoke though as he breaks it out. And he just quickly disengages. So fantastic position there from the support Ricky to avoid that gank. And maybe Talon want to make something happen themselves. But Code charger forwards. Boundless strike connection onto AU. Marana just dead. I think he killed the... Yeah, I think he killed the Hawk from the Beastmaster. So he got like 80 gold, whatever the hell it is, for the kill party for that one. But not quite worth his life at all. And yeah, now we start to see the gold advantage build up. Now in the 2k area into the favour of Talon. Yeah, and Blacklist, they've got to start trying something. I think they haven't even used a single black hole yet, 15 minutes in. You know, obviously, early days, black aren't the most impactful. Well, actually, out comes the global potential lockdown in onto Carl, but he's able to get the zip away. Some decent damage done to the Ember Spirit, though, and I think Q was thinking about trying to go for him if he found the Ember stepping out. But wisely, he does not. And there's a lot of people from Blacklist gathering in this mid. There's not even a tier 1 tower to kill. Kind of interested about why they grouped up here. Maybe they were thinking, like, wait for the Ember Spirit to come back and then go for a smoke move, but whilst they're waiting, Talon are shoving into the tier 2. Tim's just TP in to try and force them off. Yeah, it looks like Talon not going to be too interested at, you know, try to force the issue there, and they will just decide to fall back. Yeah, they're already in the lead. There's no need to risk everything just for a little tier 1 tower, tier 2. Sorry. They can, you know, they can wait. They got time. I say that, they actually just start coming back on in. Both the supports of Blacklist are here. Q into the back lines. There is going to be the dart. Lands onto Tims. Can the Tidy do anything to survive? No is the answer. Does manage to get an avalanche off at the very least, but he will still get picked off. It looks like Blacklist Rivalry. They actually brought in quite a few TPs to try and make something happen, but it's just too late. End up just wasting more of their time. Talon just fall back without really losing anything. Yeah, now it's up to a 4,000 gold lead. 23 is just an absolute farming beast right now. 9.1k. And he's got quite a lot of things queued up. Right, he's got the BKB now completed with bots, Glepnir, and a Shadow Blade. Which one he's going to go for? LSA? Can they get a connection? No. Nice 4-star there from AU to avoid that. I just like the way Talon's playing. They're just so aggressive, constantly looking for fights. Q's here again. Gets the spot onto quite a few people. Who does he actually want to sleep it up? Actually, can't charge through with the haste. This is a big value here from the old Ricky. Just goes completely undetected and, yeah, just allows everyone to disengage. Even when Blacklist try to group up, find something, it just can't be done. It just can't be done. Every single time Talon evade the gank. And they're just getting so much more value across the map. Like Makoto's farming at the top. 23's is farm the jungle triangle area, just jumping around. And just bit by bit, this lead is just continuing to grow. I mean, probably still sat about 75%. I mean, how actually far off is the Marcy? I don't know, if Marcy has the BKB, this could just be a point where Blacklist have to try and force a fight. They can't really rely on the black hole, though. Obviously, like I was saying in the draft, there's too many ways of disabling it. But instead, they've actually tried the potential intro there onto Makoto. Out comes the global silence, but still the BKB is there for Raven. Makoto can't get anything off. He will drop. At least get the trade there onto Kuba. In comes the rest of Talon. Blacklist as well. Take a lot of casualties there. Ricky's already dead. 23 just focuses down onto Tim's. The Tiny Trident Slide cannot do it, but with this fresh BKB on the side of Lena, just right-clicking away, especially with the help of the Thunderhide. The bonus attack speed really well. Oh, what a fantastically timed LSA. Did they have the damage to kill him? They do! Oh, absolute monster performance there from the leader. Mass tips. Very well, very well deserved as well. 3-2 is the trade. Just a slight gold XP advantage, though, considering the fact that Talon was already ahead. But yeah, definitely nice the fact that 23 survived. Just stood there, right-clicking people down. And how much damage did he actually do? Nearly 5,000 damage. Pretty much all the damage that Blacklist actually did in that entire fight. That's disgusting stuff. But hey, I suppose the good thing to look at for Blacklist is that they did kill the Monkey King, but this is a mid Monkey King now. It's not the carry. 23 is really the person that is going to be causing the most grief in these fights. Yeah, it's going to be difficult to bring down. Especially once it gets the Glepnir online as well, it's going to be further control. Well, he pretty much already has it. He's just the 650 gold from the recipe away. And that's going to be another big power spike there for Talon to work with. Are they trying to find a ward, or are they grouping up for a smoke? They just don't have high ground vision? I think Ollie's like, jump up there so we can see if there's a ward. I don't really know. He's not even put down a sentry. Lord knows what those pings are about. BKB though now completed up there for Makoto, so shouldn't really get punished in that situation again. It was mainly due to because like every single time he went to cast the Wukongs, he just got tossed, then he got stunned from the Enigma as well. So he's going to be able to destroy that quite nicely. But regardless, Tim's as well as Raven going to try and look for the kill right now. Out comes the Global as well as the BKB. Going to try and turn on towards Raven. He has his own BKB available, but the Force Staff there pushed about. I don't know whose Force Staff it actually was. Was it an enemy one? Oh no, I think it was actually the Mirana coming in from the side. Didn't even see AU just lurking into the backlines. But still, Blacklist just in full retreat. It looks like Tim's will be the sacrifice. Avalanche making a bit of space. He's surviving a fair amount of time, but he will just end up falling. Arrow, woo! Nearly got connection to 23, but Blacklist look like they want to try and take the fight. They know there's no Beastmaster and there's no global silence, so this black hole will go uncounted. He might just turn around and pop it. 23 just focus it down. Not a chance to pop the skill, not at all. AU dead as well. Triple kill for 23, and not even done yet. Raven tried to TP out. The assistance of the BKB, he will successfully make it, but that's 3 people dead. They don't get anything, and now Talon going to be able to pick up this Roshan for free. I mean, at the same time, I think, yeah, the Beastmaster, while he wasn't involved, was just continuously shoving in towards the high ground, which forced other members of Blacklist to, pay some focus to that, and yeah, just allow Talon to do whatever the hell they wanted in that engagement. Now, after this Roche skill, it's going to be 8k gold leads. With Aegis into the hands of 23, this is looking really, really bleak here for the side of Blacklist Rivalry. 89 win % probability. I said that completely the wrong way around, but whatever. The point gets across. 89%. That's a very comfortable position to be in. All 3 cores at top of net worth as well. Yeah, it feels like Blacklist, they need a dream black hole to help try and turn this game around. But, as I've stated before, there's multiple ways of dealing with this. Like, until Bosku either gets a BKB the other 3 heroes which don't even have BKB piercing disables can stop it. You know, they got Boundless, they got Sleeping Dart, they got Smokescreen, they got LSA as well. I don't think Glepnir puts a stop to it, but it's just so many ways that the Enigma can't actually do anything in this game. And poor old Coop definitely feels the effects, not been able to accomplish that much. I still don't think he's even been able to cast his ultimate. Like the entire game, he's just not had the opportunity to do so. He's trying to find what farm he can inside his own jungle, but in comes the smoked up Talon to try and stop that. Looking for a good Boundless. Oh, connects onto the 2 of them, perfectly placed. Jump force accuser with the smoke. Bosku able to get out himself out, but does he want to try and turn around with the black hole? Just no point. The suicidal hawk gets the grab onto Ku and brings him down. Rivalry. Raven trying to TP. Is there any cancel? Woohoo! Sleeping Dart. Just a millisecond too late. I think they initially did the vision from the ancient Black Dragon, but it sort of like double backed on itself. So very, very fortunate there for the carry Marcy not to get caught, and that really could have just been, you know, very diabolical turn of events there for the side of Blacklist. Oh, another Hawk connection. Allows for another easy pick there and say, oh, he gets a leap off. And the 4-staff Q. Oh, never mind, the Glepnir's going to grab him. Oh, I actually said, I didn't even see Tim's was there. He disappeared as quickly as he came, and just both supports on the side of Blacklist disappearing, and wow. Yeah, I did not even notice the Tiny in the general area. Unless it was like a T-pin, he completed it and unfortunately just ran straight into the LSA. Very unlucky. Very, very unlucky. You know, normally you see with the first stages pickups as well, it's just to secure space, allow, you know, the team to get it to guarantee some more farm, pick up some more tier 2s. But Tony 3, with obviously the rest of Talon, could potentially just use it to go high ground. Like, they're 11,000 gold ahead, still got 2 minutes onto the Aegis as well. I mean, they might decide to play a bit safer, you know, don't want to potentially throw away this lead which they've been able to build up. Playing a bit more reserved. Okay, Coop has decided to go for the Blink Dagger. He realizes that they need some miracle play to try and balance this game out. And I agree, a Blink Dagger could potentially do that, but as I've stated, there's so many ways to stop it. He doesn't have BKB. He's going to need like a 4-5-man black hole to really put a dent into the Talon here. Yeah, Arrow just gets the grab onto the Hawk, trying to mitigate the vision, but they're pretty much all underneath this Observer Ward. The Talon got all the information in the world to work with. They smoke underneath it. Unfortunately, it's not going to accomplish too much right now. Hawk is there. All the smoke break. Dive Bomb connects onto Raven. It's high priority target with the balance again. Lands off the Bosku's in. He doesn't want to commit onto the black hole though. He Blink Dagger in very aggressive. Instead actually focuses down onto Mikoto. There's a 4-star trying to get the safe, but it's just not going to work. The Monkey King gets deleted. Tim's also dying. Somehow Raven able to disengage before getting brought down. Carl as well into the back lines. Bring out the sniper. And actually turns into a really nice fight there for Blacklist. 2-for-1 is the trade. But it looks like Talon don't want to give up just yet. Counter charging forwards. Another Sleeper Dart. Going to guarantee the LSA. And quickly puts Carl into the ground. Godlike Spree picked up there for 23. Alright, so it ends up trading 2 for 2. But I think in terms of net worth trade, it's not counting the Ember Spirit yet on the fight recap. But yeah, considering the fact that they're behind, I still think Rivalry, Rivalry come out ahead just a little bit. Just a little bit. Unless, of course, Talon used this time with no Ember Spirit to try and take down tier 2. But it looks like, yeah, Blacklist are ready for it. Tossing Tim's back on in with the 4-staff out, making some space. Maybe they actually want to try and turn around onto Raven. But he's invincible, he's not getting caught from that. Bosku also involved. Wants to look for the ult, but can't quite fully commit. Looks like they might be able to get the first kill there onto 23, but it's just the Aegis. We'll see if Blacklist want to try and commit and go for the follow-up kill. It's going to be a risky one for sure. And still, it looks like it is just Tims who gets caught for the LSA Sleeper Dart combo. 4-star trying to make some space, but still not. Instead, Glepnir actually connects onto both Carl and AU. But they both got ways of disengaging and will avoid that. But still, this tier 2 will fall down. It was very clunky sort of engagement for like the last few minutes there, but you know, eventually Talon do come out ahead, just get a couple extra pickoffs, secure that objective, and now every single tier 3 is exposed on the side of Blacklist. And yeah, if they lose any more fights on the enemy side of the map, or on Blacklist side of the map, sorry, then yeah, we could definitely start seeing a few racks falling down. How is the farm of Raven progressing? You know, he's got his bash at BKB. It is the bread and butter of a Marcy build for sure, but not really the position you want your carry to be in this game. Like, if you compare his farm to that of 23, he's still miles behind. Nearly 8,000 gold separating the two of them, and that's like a full item and a half, 2 items, which 23, yeah, is just dominating this game with. It looks like they might be able to find a free grab onto AAU. Unfortunately, for the side of Miko, he does manage to get outside of the Wukong's command. They still might be able to get the kill. One more leap. He's wasting as much time as possible, but that's all it really is. It's just wasting time. He does still fall. But hey, Wukong's committed. Didn't do too much. There's a small window there for Blacklist, but until Raw and Global Silence are down, there's still nothing they can really do. Oh, Tim's? Okay, I think he just caught the very end there of the TP. Very close, you know, if he waited a couple more seconds, Miko would definitely be able to get the grab on top of him. Just 2 casual bounty runes as well. Just shows how little time has been spent inside the Dire Jungle right now. Just everyone's all on the Radiant side. Just non-stop action over here. And still 13k gold lead, 15 to 26. And we're probably now at 95%. Yeah, I know the SCA region loves to place their bet, so if anyone was going for Talon on this series, they're definitely going to be happy for sure. And we do see Blacklist attempting some sort of smoke plus Moonlight Shadow move to see if they get into the backlines of Talon for a free kill. Fortunately for them, no one presents themselves as everyone on side of Talon grouped up with their own smoke. And now it looks like they're going to attempt to go for some sort of high ground siege, and this could be deadly for Carl. He gets caught from the Raven. No follow-up stun though. Deep inside the base, so he will be safe. And Talon just going to have to disengage.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Technically though, getting dangerously close to this Daedalus. And then the damage output of this Lina is just going to get even more disgusting. Well, meanwhile, little engagement down at the bot. Looks like they're dropping the combo on top of Mikoto, but the Global Silence just says that you can't do anything else. Down goes Bosku, down goes Tims. They're just going to clear up the Eidolons as well. There's another 2 easy peasy kills there going towards Talon. It looks like actually though, the rest of the squad potentially going to find an opening to get the grab onto Ollie. You know, not the most high priority kill in the world, but anything they can get at this point is definitely worthwhile. It's a relatively fast Roche respawn as well, up in 5 seconds.
Money to burn.
And we'll see if Talon might try and force the issue and go just straight into the pit or not. And they've got to be careful because Black Hole's going to be up. They don't have Raw, they don't have Global Silence, so the Black Hole could actually do some work. Meanwhile, AU, oh, the Sleeping Dart just follows him all the way to the pit, or to the camp, sorry, and ends up being another free kill. And so 23, with this DT activated, yeah, he's just going to go straight into the pit. It does get scouted out, though. This little ward in the middle of the river, giving the information to Blacklist this is going on, but can they actually get her in time? It's dropped it so damn quickly. Oh my lord, just no time to react whatsoever. Aegis back into the hands of 23. Even giving the shards there towards the Monkey King. Which is going to be pretty nice, you know. It allows him to follow up from like the Sleeping Dart setup, so you can just bound her straight on in top of anybody. And start pumping out the damage like that, you know, second or two faster, which can make all the difference. And so Talon do actually spread out a bit after securing this Aegis. 23 is on his own. He's got to be careful because pretty much the entirety of Blacklist is here. And they do kill the wards. So that's probably going to be the cue for 23 to just run away. Yeah, he does. He just straight up TPs out, joins the rest of his team at the bot lane. And it looks like they will try and force the high ground. And yeah, Blacklist will have to TP back to base to try and respond to this. Can't just let this go unanswered. The building will not last long. And Daedalus as well has actually been completed. Just completed on the courier, and yeah, this Lina is super scary to deal with. Glyph will just force them away from the tower for now, but a fresh group wave coming in. Might see Talon just fully commit for it. Yeah, just hold him back at the high ground. Maybe they might actually want some sort of pick-off before just trying to, you know, shove into the base. Ah, glug glug. Finally finished my drink. Gotta get that lubrication in for the old throat. Gotta be done. Okay, high ground attempt number 2. Here they come. Q just jumping in to drop a couple of stuns, but 23 not caring about any of that. Just focus onto the tower. Nearly gets nearly brings down your Tim's oversteps a little bit. Gets punished very hard. The heal comes in from the guarded Greaves, but it literally stops one auto attack from 23. That is it. Not quite enough at this stage to keep people alive. And now with the tier 3 down, it looks like Talon, okay, they're just going to disperse. They don't want to try and force to go for the barracks. You know, they've got a decent objective. And they're just going to split up, look for some extra farm. I mean, 23 was also lacking a lot of mana. Only had 200 left, so couldn't really accomplish too much there. Octarine Core as well just completed up for the Beastmaster, so more uptime on the old Raw. Could potentially sell for some kills. Carl, hit from the Sleeper Dart. They're chucking out all the signs. So this is just the support duo managing to harass out the enemy mid laner right now. I mean, he's holding on to the BKB, doesn't quite want to pop it. Gonna be forced right now because it's from the bash! Oh no! Carl! He thought he'd be safe there, but literally that bash came in at the perfect time for Makoto, and the Raw for good measure there from Jabs just to put him in the ground. And whew, that's very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate for the Ember Spirit. But now it's down to a 5 versus 4 situation, no buyback. So we could see this high ground getting brought down here. And we'll see if the 4-man squad of Blacklist are going to be able to put a stop to this or not. It's not looking hopeful. He's building now. He's building this drop way too quick. Can they just go for more? Why not? They just get someone to tank the tower. They'll have the help from the Black Dragon as well. And just the right clicks from 23 shreds them to pieces. Glyph going to try and delay this for as long as possible. But they don't care about the Glyph. They just keep going. Why not? They might be able to get Megas right now. I mean, 20 seconds to the Ember Spirit. Do they want to force the issue? Looks like they are going to head straight up towards the top set of barracks. There's no Glyph this time to delay it. Just going to leave the ranged barracks. We'll see how quickly this falls. I mean, alright, Raven. How did they know he was there? He must have, like, just not been tucked close enough to the tree, and somehow the vision was just about getting the clip there from Talon. Going to force out the buyback. And that is the cue for Talon to disengage. Again, not much mana for 23 to work with, but they're just chipping away again and again at the base, at the economy of Blacklist. 33,000 gold advantage at just 35 minutes in, and it's 100%. You've heard it now, 100% win probability for Talon. There is no chance for Rivalry to come back on into this one, and to be honest, I completely agree. This just feels so unwinnable. Like, if there wasn't so many counters to the Enigma, like I've stated before, then potentially they could bank on a big black hole, but it just can't really be done. They're going to jump on towards 22 so they can do Tim's into the backlines. Wants to go on to Jabs, but the Sleeping Dart just holds him back. Though Raven jumping forwards, trying to get some work done as the backlines. Meanwhile, Makoto's doing his own work, taking down 2. Eventually, they do get the grab on towards the Beastmaster, but they're sustaining such heavy losses. 23 has the Aegis, who doesn't give a crap about the Marcy, brings them down. And is that GG? Tims is trying to get the grab there onto 23, but it's just not going to work. And GG is called. Blacklist Rivalry tap out, and game number 1 goes towards Talon Esports. And yeah, what an absolute monster performance coming out there from Talon in this first game. Definitely shows they're a bit more warmed up, a bit more ready to take this series. And yeah, I'm not sure what quite happened to Blacklist. I do feel like it was kind of a drafting issue, right? This Enigma just couldn't get anything done. He actually couldn't. Bosku just really feeling like a support without an ultimate, just running around. You know, he has a basic stun. That was it. I don't think he even pressed his ultimate a single time that game. Literally, I don't think it was used a single time because he just couldn't. He literally couldn't. And yeah, 23 just turned into an absolute monster, doing all the damage in the world. 36.7k damage. Absolutely disgusting showing coming out there from the side of Talon. And yeah, much deserved victory. Yeah, not really too much else that I can say about that one. It's pretty clear cut. Not much that can be done. And yeah, definitely a well-deserved victory for Talon. That is obviously just game number 1, guys. Game number 2 is only going to be about 10 minutes away. So do not go anywhere. Hopefully as well, Tomo might be back and, you know, you actually get some information and some good stuff going on in this cast rather than me just rambling and spewing random crap at you. But yeah, 10 minutes time and we got game number 2, so stick around.